Alright guys, I'm here with a bit of information for Dragon Ball Legends. Now, before I get into it, look man, I don't know who's running like the Legends Twitter right now, but I'm gonna need them to stop uploading this information at 4 a.m. my time anyway. Bruh, it would be nice to have this information drop during daily reset like how they normally do, or a few hours before daily resets, instead of a random time in the early morning. I don't know what's going on, but either way though, we now know the next unit that's going to be getting unique equipment. Now, I see this becoming a recurring thing only because of how effective it was, I should say, for Majin Buu, right? I think that Majin Buu's unique equipment is actually solid. Granted, there are some downsides that Buu has, but that's kind of outside of his control, right? But giving characters that are not LF units unique equipment feels more so like a Zenkai on top of a Zenkai, if you will. Or if they aren't Zenkai and they decide to give them unique equipment, then it could literally be like a Zenkai, right? But anyway, the next character to get unique equipment, again, non-LF unit by the way, is the purple Zenkai Super Saiyan 3 Goku. Now, this is a big one, right? This is actually a big one. If you guys don't know, this Goku was always good, right? When he first released and when he got a Zenkai, this unit was fantastic. His offenses were insane. His defenses left a lot to be desired, but his offenses were definitely insane. If I recall correctly, I'm pretty sure that this unit in particular had an ultimate attack, and if you were able to land the ultimate attack on the opponent, then you had a chance to make them faint. And of course, we all know how annoying feint is. I mean, granted, less units do it now. A lot more units actually paralyze, but you guys get my point. Like, this unit was really, really good. And on top of all of that, though, when this unit got a Zenkai, it was at a time in Dragon Ball Legends where Zenkais were extremely powerful. That's when, you know, they were still trying to like find their footing for Zenkais and like whichever direction they wanted to take them. Zenkais were extremely powerful, but not only that, that was like multiple combat revisions ago. Like, I'm talking about before the camera got pulled back so you can see more on the screen, and I'm also certain that that was before the cover change update. So this was like, if you had the wrong unit in against this unit, and like maybe like the element factor to counter, which obviously being yellow, was like dead for whatever reason, because this was still during the time frame of Zenkai Super Saiyan 2 Gohan. If you had the wrong unit in, this unit was probably gonna go crazy, right? And there weren't that many units out there that had special cover change like that just yet. Like, there were units out at that time that could special cover change, but not to the degree that we have now. So if this unit was in, he was going crazy, because you could only cover change once, and there were barely any units like that that could cover change in comparison to now. So him getting unique equipment is actually really, really good. But the question is, what exactly could they buff? I mean, granted, with unique equipment, they could honestly add anything they want, right? But if we actually look at the strengths and weaknesses of this unit, for starters, he's a melee type, so you know his strike damage is gonna be good. And if I recall correctly, his offensive stats are actually really, really good, even to today's meta standards. But obviously, like, you know, most units have like that type of offensive like stats, like high stats, on top of having extra perks because of their abilities. But with this unit, I would say that if there's anything that they should adjust, it's probably his defenses. That's the thing. Granted, there is pretty much only one yellow unit in the meta right now, and that is Ultra Super Vegito. But I mean, apart from him, there's not really much that this unit has to worry about, especially because we're in the balance of like a purple / green unit meta because of, you know, Gogeta and Rose respectively. But I would say if they're at least able to raise his defenses, that would be pretty nice, right? And also, I wonder what he's going to, I don't know, like, I wonder what he's going to do once he gets the unique equipment, right? Like how well he's going to perform. Because, I mean, for starters, again, he's part of the Majin Buu Saga campaign, so obviously they're gonna want you to use this unit on Buu Saga. The problem with all of that is this unit doesn't even boost that saga at all. He's literally a Saiyan buffer. That's it. His regular Z abilities boost Saiyan, and his Zenkai ability buffs purple and Saiyan. So I guess, I mean, if you want to tie him with Ultra Gogeta Blue, realistically speaking, you can, because all of his buffs will work for him perfectly. But for Majin Buu Saga, I don't know, like, you would have to throw him in the leader slot? Like, well, okay, correction. If you're running, let's see, if you have Fat Buu on the team, maybe Pui Pui. Again, people can feel however they want about Pui Pui. I still think he's a fantastic unit, even though he's free to play. If you have units like that on your team, then you're gonna have to throw this unit on the leader slot just to effectively make him work, in my opinion, right? But if you have somebody else as like the green unit or whatever the case may be, then you can probably just throw him anywhere than just have Vegeta on the leader slot. But granted, I mean, no, yeah, because you still have to do that right now anyway with Buu, because Buu doesn't effectively boost that team either. So yeah, it's weird, but I'm hoping that they make this work well. Again, I do think that this is a good direction to go concerning units that are not LFs and are Zenkais, or if they decide to do this for units that are just straight up not LFs and are not Zenkais. There are a ton of units out there that could use the boost, and I think this is a good way to go about it, apart from one thing in particular, and that is when it comes down to slot removers, that resource needs to be a lot more attainable than it is now. Granted, there are a ton of events that you can get slot removers from. I'm not denying that, but the issue is how much it costs just to get a few. They are way too expensive of a resource. Like, they are one of the most expensive resources you can get in the game, and that's a problem, especially if unique equipment is going to become a consistent thing for a lot of units. Like, it's kind of like dealing with Zenkai units when they first came out all over again, which was a nightmare, in my opinion. So if they're going to make this a common thing, they have got to make slot removers a much more accessible resource than it is now, because they are way too expensive. Way too expensive. But all of that to the side though, I do actually have hope for the Zenkai. He was good when he originally released, he was good when he got his Zenkai, and there's not really much that they can do apart from, I guess, boosting his defenses. Again, if they want to boost his offenses on top of all of that, that's perfectly fine as well. But I'm pretty sure if they raise his defenses, it should help out a bit more. Granted, I mean, every unit, okay, every modern unit at this point is just so powerful that being a defense type, unless you're like Vegito, just means nothing. But maybe they can make something work with this unit. But I do have high hopes for this. I'm really hoping it turns out well. But I do want to know what you guys think about all of this in the comment section below. But with that being said, I'm Ndukauba. Like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.